When you hold on to something that's not meant for you, it weighs you down. It's like carrying a backpack full of rocks on a long journey. At first, it doesn't seem like much, but over time, the weight starts to slow you down. You begin to feel the pressure, the strain. Your energy gets drained, your focus starts to fade, and you can't keep moving forward at the pace you were meant to. The truth is, the more you hold on to what isn't working, the more you're sacrificing the space and energy needed for the things that could be. Now, I know it's hard. Letting go feels like giving up, like admitting defeat. But what if letting go isn't about quitting? What if it's about knowing your worth? What if it's about saying, I am more than this moment? I am more than the struggles I've been through. It's about recognizing that holding on to something that's not working for you is holding you back from your next chapter. That chapter could be where everything changes, where you truly come into your own power. Think about it. When you let go of the weight that's dragging you down, you open up room to grow. Letting go frees your mind, your heart, and your spirit. It's like opening a window in a dark room. Suddenly, fresh air can come in. Suddenly, you can see clearly. When you make the decision to let go, you're choosing yourself. You're saying, I'm done with this chapter. I'm ready for something better. The power in letting go lies in the freedom it brings. It's the freedom to embrace what's waiting for you next. That freedom, that choice is in your hands. Every single time you make the choice to release something or someone that no longer aligns with who you are becoming, you're stepping into a space of growth. You're not shrinking yourself down to fit in places where you no longer belong. No, you're expanding, you're evolving. And remember, letting go doesn't mean the past was a mistake. It simply means the journey has shifted. The lessons learned, the experiences gained, they're still a part of you, but you don't have to keep carrying them like a heavy load. The lessons will stay with you, and you will continue to grow, but you'll no longer be weighed down by them. Letting go doesn't mean you're weak. It takes strength to move forward when everything around you is telling you to stay. But true strength lies in knowing when it's time to walk away. True power is an understanding that you are worthy of more than the current situation. When you let go, you're not losing. You're gaining space, clarity, and the energy to move into the future you deserve. So if you're holding on to something that's no longer serving you, ask yourself, what's the cost of holding on? The cost is your peace, your potential, and your future. Let go. Release the weight. And then watch everything start to change, because when you let go, you make room for something greater to enter your life. You have to understand this one thing. Your worth is not determined by the opinions of others, nor is it based on the mistakes of the past. Your worth is not dependent on the people you let in your life, but rather on how you see yourself. And when you learn to recognize your true worth, everything changes. You stop settling for less than what you deserve. You stop accepting half-hearted love, empty promises, and anything that diminishes your value. You start realizing that you don't need anyone to define you because you already know who you are. This is where the real transformation begins. When you begin to embrace your worth, the entire energy around you shifts. People start treating you differently. Opportunities that once felt out of reach suddenly seem to open up. But none of that can happen until you first recognize your own power. When you let go of the idea that your worth is tied to someone else's approval or presence, you free yourself to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. The moment you realize your worth, you stop chasing after things and people that drain you. You stop seeking validation from sources that will never truly fulfill you. You stop running after the approval of others, and instead you start seeking approval from within. You know that your value isn't something that can be given or taken away. It is something that you hold. It's something that exists within you, regardless of external circumstances. Too many of us waste time trying to prove our worth to people who either don't see it or don't appreciate it. We find ourselves in relationships, jobs, or situations where we're constantly trying to show up, constantly trying to convince others that we matter. But when you understand your worth, you stop wasting that energy. You start showing up for yourself first. You start setting standards that align with your values. And when you set those standards, you stop allowing anything or anyone to cross the line. When you fully embrace your worth, you take back your power. You stop letting circumstances dictate how you feel about yourself. You stop letting other people's opinions become your reality. Instead, you create your own reality, one where you know you are deserving of love, success, respect, and peace. When you live from that place of knowing, you no longer tolerate anything that doesn't reflect that truth. And here's the kicker. As soon as you begin to see yourself as valuable, the world around you begins to reflect that. You start attracting the people who truly align with you, who recognize your worth. The relationships that no longer serve you begin to fade away, and the ones that do support your growth will grow stronger. You begin to surround yourself with the right energy because you've shifted the energy within yourself. You've become the source of your own validation. You've learned that you don't need anyone's approval to feel whole. You are whole just as you are. Embracing your worth means knowing that you are worthy of everything good that life has to offer. And once you understand that, your entire perspective on life will change. You'll stop settling for situations that leave you drained and unfulfilled. Instead, you'll begin to make choices that align with your highest self, with the person you were always meant to be. So today, start claiming your worth. Start living from the knowledge that you are worthy of all the success, all the love, all the peace, and all the fulfillment that life has in store for you. Don't wait for anyone else to tell you what you're worth. You already know. You already are. And when you step into that truth, everything else will follow. When you let go, you're not just letting go of a person. You're letting go of a version of your life that no longer serves you. You're choosing to break free from the old patterns, the old cycles, and the old way of thinking that have been keeping you stuck. And in that moment, you open up space for a whole new life to emerge, one that's more aligned with who you are becoming, not who you were. It's easy to hold on to what's familiar, even when that familiarity brings you pain or keeps you from growing. We find comfort in the known, even if it's uncomfortable, because it's what we're used to. But when you let go, you give yourself the freedom to step into the unknown. And yes, the unknown can be scary. It can feel like you're walking out into a dark room with no idea where you're going. But here's the thing. The dark room is where growth happens. The unknown is where the magic lies. It's where you discover parts of yourself you didn't know existed and where you unlock the strength you didn't even know you had. The truth is, most of us are holding on to something, whether it's a relationship, a job, or even a version of ourselves that we've outgrown. We're scared to let go because we don't know what comes next. But that fear is just a sign that we're on the brink of transformation. If you're not willing to let go of what's comfortable, you'll never have room for the blessings that are waiting to find you. You'll never get to experience the growth that is part of your destiny. When you let go of the old, you begin to redefine your life. You stop allowing external circumstances or people to define who you are. Instead, you start taking control of your own narrative. You begin to decide what you want in your life and what no longer fits. The old version of your life, the one that you've been clinging to, was a chapter, but letting go gives you permission to turn the page. And when you turn that page, the possibilities are endless. A new chapter means new opportunities, new growth, new experiences. It's a chance to live fully and unapologetically without the constraints of the past holding you back. Letting go is an act of courage. It's a choice to trust yourself, trust the process, and trust that what is meant for you will find its way to you. When you're willing to release what no longer serves you, you open up to the possibility of something better. It might not happen overnight. The road to transformation is not always easy. But the key is to keep moving forward, knowing that with every step, you're getting closer to the life you've been destined to live. And here's the important thing to remember. When you let go of something, you're not giving up on it. You're not losing it. You're simply making room for something more aligned with your future self. You're saying, I trust that life has something better in store for me. You're choosing to step out of the shadows of your past and into the light of your future. Letting go of what no longer serves you is one of the most powerful things you can do. It may feel painful in the moment, but it's a necessary pain for growth. It's the kind of pain that births something new, something stronger. And the moment you make that choice to let go, everything begins to shift. The world starts to open up, and you find that what you've been waiting for has been waiting for you too. So let go, release the past, release the fear, release the doubt, step into the unknown with the confidence that your best days are ahead of you. And when you do, you will see your life begin to unfold in ways you never imagined. Every new step, every new chapter will be a reflection of the person you've become and the person you're still becoming. The best is yet to come. Healing doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen when we keep clinging to the things that caused us pain in the first place. It takes time, yes, but more than that, it requires intentionality. It's about choosing to free yourself from the emotional baggage you've been carrying around. That baggage, those wounds, those scars, don't heal when they're constantly being reopened. Healing comes when you make the choice to move forward, to step into the light, and let go of the things that have held you back. Letting go is a process of healing, even when it feels hard. You might feel the tug of wanting to go back to what's familiar, even if it's painful, because it's easier to stay in the comfort of what you know than to venture out into the unknown. But let me tell you something, healing is the bravest thing you can do. It's not easy, but it is necessary. When you hold on to the pain, it keeps you stuck in the past. It keeps you in a cycle of hurt that repeats itself until you break free. But once you make the decision to let go, that's when the healing truly begins. You stop reliving the past and start living in the present. You stop carrying the emotional wounds of yesterday. Healing comes when you accept that you are not your pain, you are not the mistakes you've made, and you are certainly not the things that others have done to you. Letting go is about acknowledging that while the pain was real, it does not define you. It's a chapter in your life, but it's not the entire story. The story is still being written. And each time you choose to let go of the hurt, you take another step toward the person you are becoming, a person who knows their worth, a person who embraces peace, and a person who understands that they are deserving of all the good that life has to offer. And here's what I want you to understand. Healing isn't linear. It doesn't follow a straight line from pain to peace. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, times when it feels like the weight of the past is pulling you backward. But that's okay. It's part of the process. It's about learning to forgive, not just others, but yourself. It's about releasing the shame, the guilt, the anger, and the resentment. These emotions have served their time in your life, but they no longer have the power to control your future. Letting go of them means you're giving yourself permission to heal, to grow, and to live without the weight of the past holding you back. The process of healing is deeply personal. No one else can do it for you, and no one else can dictate how long it will take. But you have the power to take the first step. You have the power to make the decision to release what no longer serves you and create the space for healing to happen. The power is in your hands to choose peace over pain, joy over sorrow, and growth over stagnation. The moment you decide to let go of the things that are holding you back is the moment you begin the journey to healing. It's important to remember that healing doesn't mean forgetting. Letting go doesn't mean pretending the past never happened. It means learning from it, accepting it, and then moving forward. It means honoring the experiences and lessons while refusing to let them define your future. The past has shaped who you are, but it doesn't have to dictate who you'll become. When you let go, you create room for healing to take place. You open up the space for new possibilities, new connections, and new growth. And with each step you take in your healing journey, you'll find that the weight of the past lightens. You'll begin to feel freer, more at peace, and more aligned with a life that's waiting for you. So, if you're holding on to past pain, let it go. Not for them, not for anyone else, but for you. Give yourself permission to heal, to move on, and to embrace the beautiful future that lies ahead of you. The moment you release what's no longer serving you, you'll see just how much you've been holding yourself back. The future is bright, and healing is your path forward. Trust it. When you make the decision to let go, you're not only releasing something or someone from your life, you're making a commitment to your own well-being. It's one of the most powerful things you can do because it forces you to take responsibility for your own happiness, your own growth, and your own future. Too often, we let our circumstances dictate how we feel. We let people, relationships, and even jobs have the power to control our emotions and our sense of self-worth. But when you let go, you take back that power. You stop waiting for external validation. You stop waiting for someone to tell you that you're worthy, that you matter, that you're good enough. You begin to realize that you've always had the power within you to create the life you want. You've always had the ability to shape your reality, to create your own happiness, to define what success looks like for you. And when you let go of the things that have been holding you back, you create the space for that power to be fully realized. This doesn't mean it's easy. Letting go often involves breaking free from deep emotional attachments, from patterns of behavior, from comfort zones. It's uncomfortable at first, and it can feel uncertain, but you need to understand that the discomfort you feel right now is a sign of growth. It's a sign that you are no longer willing to accept less than you deserve. It's a sign that you are ready to take control of your life and shape it into what you want it to be. This process requires you to step up and claim your own future instead of allowing others or past experiences to determine it for you. It's about taking ownership of your life and your choices, understanding that you are the creator of your own reality. You may have been through hardship, disappointment, or loss, but the power to overcome it lies within you. Letting go means making a choice to not let those past experiences define who you are today or who you will be in the future. By letting go, you allow yourself to heal. You allow yourself the opportunity to experience new things, meet new people, and grow in ways you never imagined. You stop living in the shadow of your past and begin to embrace the endless possibilities that lie ahead of you. You stop living in the story of what didn't work and start writing the story of what will. And here's the thing, when you choose to take control of your own happiness, the people around you notice. You stop accepting relationships that drain you. You stop tolerating negativity, and you start building relationships that uplift, inspire, and challenge you to be better. You begin to align yourself with people who respect you, who value your worth, and who support your growth. This shift happens because when you take control of your life, you send a message to the universe that you are ready for something more. You stop living in scarcity and start living in abundance. You stop focusing on what you don't have and start focusing on what you do. When you let go of the old, you open yourself up to new opportunities, new experiences, and new relationships that reflect the person you are becoming. Taking responsibility for your happiness also means setting boundaries, knowing when to walk away, knowing when to say no, knowing when to protect your peace. It's about understanding that you have the right to protect your energy, your time, and your heart. You don't have to keep investing in things that are draining you. You don't have to stay in relationships or situations that are not aligned with your values. Taking responsibility for your happiness means choosing to believe that you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer. You're not settling. You're not waiting for someone to come and rescue you. You're showing up for yourself and saying, I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of success. I am worthy of love. And here's the beautiful part. When you start taking responsibility for your happiness, everything else in your life begins to shift. Your mindset changes. Your energy changes. The people you attract into your life change. You start becoming magnetic to the things that are in alignment with who you are. And as you let go, you'll find that what you thought you were losing, you were actually gaining something far greater, yourself. So take responsibility for your happiness. Own your future. Don't wait for anyone or anything to make you feel worthy. Know that you have the power to create the life you want. And when you let go of everything that doesn't serve you, you make room for the life you've always deserved. When you let go of someone or something, it's not just about releasing them from your life, but about giving yourself permission to move on and embrace what's ahead. It's a form of self-care, and it's one of the most important acts of love you can offer yourself. People often mistake letting go for weakness, but it's quite the opposite. It's one of the most courageous things you can do because it means you're not holding on to the past, but choosing your future. You see, letting go allows you to clear the clutter in your mind and your heart. We all carry emotional baggage, things we've experienced, wounds we've collected, and attachments we've formed. These things become weight we don't realize we're dragging around, pulling us down and making us feel like we're not moving forward. When you let go, you drop that weight, you lighten your load, and suddenly you're able to move faster, clearer, and with more purpose. Now, letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean erasing the memories or pretending the experience never happened. It means acknowledging what was, understanding that it shaped you in some way, but choosing not to let it have a hold on you anymore. When you hold on to things that hurt you, that weigh you down, you're allowing them to continue having power over your life. But when you let go, you take back that power. You take back the control over your emotions and your future. And yes, the process of letting go can be painful. The fear of the unknown creeps in, the uncertainty of what life will look like without that person, without that thing, without that job or situation. But here's the truth. The unknown isn't as scary as we make it out to be. It's simply a new opportunity for growth, for change, and for evolution. What's on the other side of letting go is not loss, it's gain. There's room for new experiences, new lessons, and new connections that are aligned with where you are going, not where you've been. Every time you let go, you make space for new things to enter your life, things that are meant for the next phase of your journey. You may not always know what those things are, but that's the beauty of life. The path ahead often reveals itself only after we've taken the first step, after we've let go of the things that no longer serve us. By doing so, you create room for new possibilities. You allow the universe to send the right people, the right opportunities, and the right circumstances to you, and this is how growth happens. When you let go of what is no longer a part of your story, you make space for what is. And understand this, when you let go, it's not just about releasing a person or a situation, it's about releasing your attachment to how things should have been. We often hold on because we're attached to an outcome, an idea, or an image of what we thought our life was supposed to look like. But life doesn't always go according to our plans, and that's okay. Sometimes the best things come when we stop holding so tightly to our expectations and start being open to what's meant for us. When you let go of control, you allow life to surprise you with something far better than you could have ever imagined. And ultimately, letting go is a sign of growth. It's you taking charge of your destiny. It's you saying, I'm ready for the next chapter of my life. It's you deciding that you deserve peace, you deserve happiness, and you deserve a future that is filled with all the potential and promise that you've always wanted. So don't be afraid to let go. Don't be afraid to make space in your life for something better, for something greater. Because the truth is, when you let go of what no longer serves you, you open the door to everything you've been waiting for. When you let go of someone or something, you're not just freeing them, you're freeing yourself. You're breaking the chains that have kept you tied to a past that no longer serves you. So many of us remain stuck in situations because we're afraid of what comes next and because we're afraid of the unknown. But here's the thing, the unknown is where growth happens. It's where you find out what you're truly capable of. It's where the next chapter of your life begins. Letting go is the first step toward that unknown, and it's the most empowering thing you can do. Letting go of what's no longer aligned with your life, your goals, and your values isn't just about cutting off relationships. It's about creating the space for better things to come into your life. When you keep holding on to things that aren't good for you, you are essentially saying, I don't believe that something better is out there for me. But by letting go, you're sending a message to the universe that you're ready for something greater. You're saying, I believe there is more for me, and I'm open to receiving it. It's an act of faith in yourself, in your journey, and in the belief that the best is yet to come. But letting go doesn't just change the circumstances in your life. It changes you, it changes your mindset. It forces you to see the world differently, because once you let go, you start to realize just how much energy you were wasting on something or someone that wasn't right for you. When you free yourself, you make room for clarity. You start to see the truth more clearly. You understand what you really need and what really matters. You stop giving your time and energy to the wrong things, and you begin to focus on what truly supports your growth and happiness. And even though letting go can be tough, emotionally, mentally, or even physically, it is one of the most powerful acts of self-respect you can ever give yourself. It's a reminder that you deserve peace, you deserve love, and you deserve success. You deserve to live a life that brings you joy and fulfillment. Letting go is a recognition that you're worthy of that. It's recognizing that the best version of yourself is waiting for you on the other side of this decision. As hard as it may be, once you release what is holding you back, you'll feel the weight lift off your shoulders. And that's when real transformation begins. You begin to tap into your true potential. You start to attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences because you've made the space for them, and now you're ready to embrace them with open arms. Letting go isn't a sign of defeat, it's a victory. It's a victory over fear, a victory over doubt, and a victory over the past that's been keeping you chained to a place that no longer serves you. So trust yourself, trust the process, and know that the moment you let go, you make room for a life that is aligned with your highest potential, a life where the best is yet to come. Letting go isn't just about releasing something or someone from your life. It's also about embracing the power of moving forward. Too often we find ourselves holding on to people, situations, or past experiences, thinking that if we just keep trying, things will change. But the truth is, when you're stuck in the past, you're not giving yourself the chance to experience the future. You're not giving yourself the chance to grow, to evolve, and to step into the person you're meant to be. When you let go, you make room for growth. The person you are today can only go so far by holding on to the things that keep you anchored in the past. And I know it can be difficult because we often form attachments based on comfort, familiarity, or fear of what comes next. But let me tell you this, comfort zones are prisons. They hold you back from your full potential. They convince you that you're safe, but what they're really doing is limiting your ability to step into the life you're truly capable of living. When you let go of the old, you free yourself to become more, to experience more, and to live a life that is full of purpose. Embracing the future starts with embracing change. Change is not always easy, but it's necessary. It's part of the process of evolving into the best version of yourself. When you let go of the things that no longer serve you, you allow yourself to move toward the future with clarity, with purpose, and with the understanding that better things are ahead. You might not know exactly what they are yet, but trusting that they're coming is part of the journey. That trust in the unknown is what allows you to step into a future that's full of possibilities. When you hold on to the past, you carry with you old wounds, outdated beliefs, and the emotional baggage that keeps you from moving forward. By letting go, you give yourself permission to heal. You give yourself permission to stop letting the past dictate your present and future. Healing isn't a process that happens overnight. It's something that takes time, but it begins the moment you choose to let go. You make the decision that your past doesn't have to control you, and you begin the process of freeing yourself emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Letting go is also an act of self-respect. It's acknowledging that you are worthy of more, that you are deserving of a future that reflects your highest potential. When you choose to release the things that no longer serve you, you're saying, I believe in my future, I believe in my worth, and I believe in the life I can create for myself. It's a powerful statement that shows you understand the value of your time, your energy, and your life. You deserve to live a life that aligns with your dreams and your goals, and sometimes the only way to get there is to let go of what's been holding you back. As difficult as it may seem, letting go opens the door to a world of new opportunities. You begin to attract what's in alignment with your true self. The people, the experiences, the opportunities that will help you grow, learn, and succeed. But this can only happen if you create the space for it. By releasing what's not meant for you, you create the space for something better, something that will elevate you to the next level in your life. So don't be afraid to let go. trust that you're not losing anything important. Instead, you're making room for the incredible possibilities that are waiting for you. When you let go, you allow yourself to embrace a future that's brighter, bolder, and filled with limitless potential. The best is yet to come, but it starts with your willingness to step forward and leave behind what no longer serves you. When you finally let go of someone or something, you're not just releasing them, you're freeing yourself. It's like taking off a heavy coat you've been wearing for far too long. For so long, you've held on to the weight of emotional baggage, unresolved feelings and attachments that have kept you stuck. But when you let go, you're giving yourself the opportunity to breathe again. You're giving yourself the freedom to move forward in your life, to grow, and to experience everything that you deserve. The chains of the past no longer have the same power over you. The burden of carrying someone else's energy, their drama, or their negativity no longer weighs you down. What many don't realize is that letting go is an act of self-love. It's an acknowledgement that you matter enough to make space for what truly deserves to be in your life. You stop allowing people, situations, and emotional attachments to drain your energy. You recognize that your peace of mind, your happiness, and your mental well-being are worth more than holding on to something that no longer serves you. The moment you release, you open up the possibility for new, healthier, and more fulfilling experiences to enter your life. Letting go also empowers you to create a life of your own design. Often we hold on because we fear what life will be like without certain people or things. But the reality is, holding on is what keeps you tied to a life that doesn't align with your future. You're too busy looking back to see what lies ahead. When you finally decide to let go, you shift your focus from what's behind you to what's in front of you. And that's when real transformation happens. You begin to see opportunities, you start to trust yourself more, and you begin to attract the things that are truly in alignment with your desires and goals. There's a deep power in knowing when to walk away and when to let go. The truth is, the things that are meant for you will never leave. They will find their way back into your life at the right time. The relationships, the opportunities, the experiences that are truly meant for you are the ones that will endure, not the ones you have to fight for or cling to. The things that are meant to be will flow naturally, without force, without struggle. And when you let go of things that are not meant for you, you make space for those things to come into your life. It's not just about releasing the people or situations. It's about letting go of the attachment to the way you thought your life was supposed to unfold. Sometimes we hold on because we have a picture in our minds of how things were supposed to be. But life doesn't always go according to our plans, and that's perfectly fine. Letting go of the attachment to the ideal outcome makes room for the unexpected blessings that life has in store for you. When you let go, you allow your life to be led by something greater than yourself, the flow of the universe, your higher purpose, and the opportunities that are meant to shape you. Ultimately, when you let go, you make peace with the past. You stop living in regret or wondering, what if? You stop questioning your decisions, and instead, you start embracing the lessons that came from each experience. You come to understand that everything that happened, good or bad, played a role in shaping the person you are today. And by letting go, you release the need to hold on to past mistakes or wrongdoings. You free yourself from the emotional weight of guilt and blame. So don't be afraid to let go. Understand that when you let go, you're not losing anything. Instead, you're making room for something better. You're making room for your future, for growth, for joy, and for all the incredible possibilities that are waiting for you. You are worthy of a life that aligns with your truest self. When you let go, you choose yourself. And that's the most powerful decision you can make.